to Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. I am Marshal Manlove, and this is a special interview segment. And joining me this morning is the basketball team from Salesianum School in Wilmington. And hopefully when I hit this button, they will appear. Sometimes that doesn't happen when I hit it. There they are. Yeah, it works. All right. Okay, gentlemen, thanks for joining me here this morning. I appreciate it. And in the right-hand corner of our screen here, closest to me, is our head coach, Taylor Tavison. Did I say that properly, Coach?
Taylor Tavison.
All right, so welcome. Thank you. I am glad that your house is okay.
Thank you very much.
There's a gas leak there. Just a little, wasn't really an inside joke. It was just inside information there. So your team has had some great success here so far in state, undefeated so far in state, 8-0. If I have that information correct, right?
That is correct. Yes.
All right. So talk about, first of all, we'll introduce your guys here in a second. Looks like you have about 25 of them there. I appreciate that they could all make it. So just start from your perspective, the scheduling aspect, what it does for you, what the goods, the pros and cons of your schedule there so far.
There's a lot of pros. I think we're reaping some of the benefits of it now. We want to always challenge our guys, challenge our team to play the best competition they can. And early in the year, we weren't having much success against that competition, but we stuck together. We made some adjustments that we needed to, and here we are on a nice win streak and taking it to teams in state. It helps on a lot of levels, though. It helps, again, challenge our guys, but also helps our guys get exposure. It helps attract other prospective student athletes to our program playing a schedule like that. So there's a lot of benefits outside of just our team here, but as a program to play a schedule like that. But there are some cons. There's some, when you lose, however many we lost in a row, 6, to some of that competition, it's tough to stay together. It's tough to kind of, look yourself in the mirror and figure out what you can do better individually, and kind of figure out kind of what's real and what's fake as far as like our issues or things we want to get better at based off the competition we're going against. So a lot of pros, but there was some danger there for a little bit, but these guys really rallied and came together, and and now we're putting it together. But we still got a lot of work to do. The main message for our guys is to never be satisfied, because there's still plenty of games to be played, a lot of tough competition, and then of course the state tournament.
It looks like I have 5 games left and no slouches in the rest of that schedule. You have a tough game against Caravel tonight away. So I guess what a lot of people don't understand, who don't really spend much time outside the boundaries of Delaware, that Delaware isn't necessarily a hotbed for basketball. So it is important to go see some of those other styles of play outside the state. So wise move. And as a private school, you are able to do that you have a little bit more freedom to do that. So why don't you introduce me to a player? Whoever, your choice, you're the coach. So just introduce somebody, have them take the seat there, and
we'll introduce Justin Mullen. He's our senior captain, leader of these guys. He's going to move on up here. Here you go, Justin.
All right, Justin, welcome.
Thank you.
How old of a young man are you there?
I'm 18. I'm obviously a senior. One of the 3 captains on this team.
All right, and let me see. What position do you play on the team?
I'm just about everywhere. I'll play the 5. I'll bring the ball up sometimes. Kind of all around, honestly.
All right, and you're 6'6", and what, about 6'10" with your hair? I would say.
Yeah. I like to give a little 6'7" with the hair.
Okay. All right, so talk about your role as a captain on the team.
Well, specifically this year as captain, it's definitely been difficult. As Coach Trev talked about before, we had the rough kind of 6-game losing streak after the St. Andrews game. Keeping the guys together and as a team was difficult, honestly. Will, Sam, and I, 3 captains, we had a lot of talks kind of throughout that time, figuring out what actually was like real problems within the team or real issues we need to work on, and what was kind of just like, hey, we're going against some legit dudes every night. So us kind of keeping everyone together and even kind of communicating with the coaching staff a little bit too, keeping everyone on the same page, focusing everybody, and challenging everybody to come back in state and kind of do what we do.
All right. Well said. So a little bit more about you. You're going to play basketball in college, you think?
We're still figuring that out. Definitely looking into possible college routes, prep routes, just kind of looking to play basketball at the next level, definitely, but still waiting to see things fall in line.
Okay. Any other sports for you?
Nope, just basketball.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years. That's a tough question. I do want to go into chemical engineering. Big math and science guy. So probably some type of engineering, maybe at like a Dow or a DuPont or something in that kind of area. Maybe I'll stay local or go to Texas for that kind of stuff. But probably maybe a little bit of coaching too. I've actually enjoyed kind of being a captain and leading the team, and especially when like the ball stops bouncing, maybe going into some coaching and developing some younger guys, maybe helping out Coach Trev if he's still here, because I think he needs all the help he can get.
All right. Nice to meet you. Why don't you introduce the next teammate and have him take your seat?
So I'm going to introduce our sophomore, we call him the Prodigy, Isaiah Hinton.
All right, come on up, Isaiah.
Been a real superstar early in the season, stepping up for a big role. Speak up.
Isaiah, welcome. How old are you? How old are you, Isaiah?
16.
And a sophomore. And so you're getting a lot of playing time, I see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. How tall are you?
6'3", 6'4". Maybe 6'5".
Hey, that's important. Is it 6'3" or 6'4"? It's important.
6'4".
Okay. So, all right, good. So what do you like about this team and how you've done so far this year?
I definitely say that we're together. Like, we're definitely like a very, like my bond with all my teammates is very strong. Am I not loud enough? Speak up.
Is your first year on the varsity, or did you crack the varsity as a freshman?
I made varsity last year. I didn't play as much as I would have liked to, but I still did good. So.
All right, well, yeah. I mean, everybody wants playing time, but the fact that you made the team as a freshman and got playing time, that's good. That says a lot for you. What's been the highlight of the season here for you so far?
My favorite game that I've played in, probably Silent Night, but the hardest game, definitely Emotep. That was definitely the hardest game we played.
Which was the hardest?
Emotep.
Okay. All right. So the Silent Night game, that was the first game of the season. What was special about that for you?
Just the fans. I mean, last year was a COVID year, so of course Salesianum has like the best fans in the state, and I didn't get to really experience it, so that was cool for me to get to experience that.
Awesome. All right, Isaiah, you get to introduce the next teammate, but after you do, tell me something interesting, positive, or funny about him.
Deuce Mutz right here.
Give him something funny or interesting about.
He's just a clown. He's always clowning. I'm not a clown. He's always laughing. Like, it's just funny.
How are you doing, sir?
Good. Introduce yourself to our growing fan base here.
My name is Deuce Mutz. I'm a transfer. I'm a junior. 17. Just turned 17 a few days ago. New to the family, but happy to be here. I love to be here. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And let me ask you this question: if you got to change any rule in high school basketball right now, what would it be?
As they already said, the spin move. You know what I'm saying? This move is a spin move. It's not a trap. But Delaware calls it a trap. I would love for it not to be a travel because it's my go-to move. And a lot of times I start to do it and I stop, so I don't travel. And sometimes I turn the ball over because I'm trying not to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I really hope it's the move. I hope it like it's legal, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And for some reason, your video feed paused on me, so all I'm getting is a still picture right now. You're smiling in it at least, though, so that's good. You look good.
Can you hear us still?
You look good all frozen there. There we go.
Unfrozen, we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right. Do you play any other sports at Salesianum?
No, I don't. I play soccer, but I quit so I can focus a lot on basketball.
Okay. All right, good. And where do you see yourself in like 5 years? A little easier than 10.
All I know really that's certain is having a dog. I really want a dog. I couldn't really tell you. I do want to go to college for sure. I want to further my education. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Whether it's forensic science, I want to get into that field. That's one field I would love to focus in. But I really don't know. All I can say is I'm going to have a dog for sure.
Okay.
Dream dog.
All right, you get to introduce your next teammate and then tell me something interesting, positive, or funny about him.
My next teammate goes by Patrick McGuinn. My man, he lives on a farm. That's my guy.
Hey, hello there, young man. Introduce yourself. Grade you in. How old are you?
Hello, I'm Patrick McGuinn. I'm 16.
And let's see. Yeah, you're the center on the team, right?
Yes, sir.
Or one of them, anyway, I guess. And how tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, so you got some room to grow yet, too. What are you doing to help yourself grow?
I've just been attending all the practices and all the workouts as much as I can. Just trying to become a better player, better person. Basketball really helped with that.
Well, I'm glad you went for the serious answer there and not the funny one where I was trying to find out how you were going to grow taller than 6'6". So you went growing as a player. So that's good. What's been the highlight of your season there so far, Patrick?
Biggest highlight was probably the Silent Night game, where we saw a huge fan base. I never really had any fans last year since it was COVID year. So it was good to see, a lot of fans and the whole school coming together.
Yeah, now you're probably going to see some more fans over at St. Mark's. That's a rivalry game. Have you had a chance to play St. Mark's in yet, Patrick?
Yes, sir, I have last year.
Okay.
But since the COVID year, there's no fans or nothing like that.
Just a quick story. I was at a Salesianum St. Mark's basketball game some years ago at Salesianum Pack Gym, where in that particular game, 2 different athletes of the year got ejected from the facility. One from St. Mark's and one from Sally's. I won't go into any details other than that, but it was all in good fun. Just some people had more fun than others that particular day. So I'm glad you get to have that particular game in front of fans this year. And tell me something interesting about yourself that's not basketball related.
I live on a farm.
Okay.
And Patrick's also the king of nicknames on the team. He's got about 20 of them.
Changes every week.
Now, what kind of farm is it? Now, there's a couple different kinds of farms.
It's just a really small farm, about 8 acres. That's about it.
Okay. Raise chickens, corn, anything like that there?
No, we used to have horses, but we sold them, so now it's just
Okay.
a farm, no animals on it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was definitely interesting. I appreciate that. All right, Patrick, you get to introduce your next teammate and then tell me something positive, funny, interesting about him.
Next teammate, Sam Walsh.
Sam Walsh is a senior captain for us, Mr. Steady.
He got the most acquisition. Okay.
All right, Sam, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for making time to be here. Let me ask you this. Did you have to make time or were you told to be here?
I came here on my own time.
All right, so you're one of the captains of the team, as just mentioned. And what kind of role do you take on as a captain there?
I think being a captain is important. I think it's a role I embrace. I take pride in to lead these guys, and I think myself, along with Justin and Will, I think we've done a pretty good job with it.
So, earlier, Justin was saying that there was some tough times on the road there. You went through a little bit of a losing streak. What do you think you took out of it, and how did you help? What role did you take on to help your teammates during that time?
I think it brought us closer together, and I think the role I played was just trying to keep everyone together and not let anyone, lose their mind and kind of jump off the ship.
And tell me something about your coach. Specifically, though, let me ask you this question first. Can you think of anything off the top of your head that he has said, like some kind of motivational quote or anything like that kind of sticks out, or made you go or made a light bulb go off over your head, like, whoa, that's really deep? Anything like that?
Yeah. He tells us for every game to never be satisfied and to be satisfied never.
Yeah, good one. All right, awesome. Do you play any other sports?
I swim.
Well, wait a second. So you're competitively right now during the season?
No, in the summer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because it's swimming season now, and usually the Salesianum team is very, very powerful too. So, all right. So if basketball is your number one sport, swimming number two then for you?
Yes.
All right. And do you think you're going to play basketball beyond the world of high school?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you set to go to college somewhere?
I'm going to University of Delaware.
Okay. And do you have a career path in mind?
No.
That's fine. That's fine, because there's lots of things to do, lots of things to explore. No doubt about that. All right, nice to meet you. Tell us something about the next teammate that we're going to see here.
We're going to see another one of our sophomores, Kareem Thomas. And Kareem's a great guy. He's a great basketball player, but he's got a great personality.
All right. All right, Kareem, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And how old are you?
I'm 16.
And what position do you play on the team, Kareem?
Shooting guard, point guard sometimes.
All right. First year varsity, or did you play varsity, or did you make it as a freshman also?
Nah, this is my first year of varsity.
All right. Getting a lot of playing time, a little bit of playing time? So Coach, I don't know if you saw that. He sneaks a look out of the corner of his eye because he knows you're sitting there. So that was good. So are you getting enough? That tells me. Wait a second. Are you? Okay. Sorry, I just lost my mind there a little bit. Are you getting enough playing time?
Yes.
Okay. Are you one of the starting five?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you are getting playing time. About how many points a game are you scoring? Do you know? Does anybody know?
So Reeves had an interesting path. He didn't play much earlier in the year, probably why he gave you the little look. Kind of developed into a starter through this stretch, for different reasons, and he's really produced. Although he just sprained his ankle a game or two ago, so he hasn't played. But he's probably averaging, if I had to guess, probably close to 8 or 9.
All right. Awesome. Now, do you play club ball, Kareem?
I didn't. I took a year off because I injured my knee. But this year I'm going to play from year one.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you this question I asked before. What rule, if any, would you like to change in high school basketball?
I would like to add a shot clock in Delaware.
Really? Yeah, I'm starting to hear that a little bit more often about the shot clock. Why would you like a shot clock?
More possessions, more points for the team than myself.
Yeah, I remember just to mention a Salesianum St. Mark's game quite some time ago. There was a game they played. It was 4-2.
Yeah, it's not good.
4-2. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, the shot clock would definitely help open things up a little bit there. So what else is interesting about you, Kareem?
I rap and dance.
Do you freestyle?
No, I can't freestyle.
Okay, because if you said you could, you were going to, right? That would have been my next question. All right. So do you do this just for fun? Do you record yourself rapping?
I usually do it like before the games, and they record me. Like, we dance and rap the songs.
Is it before the game?
Yeah.
All right, so teams that are successful, and even sometimes teams that aren't successful, probably to a lesser degree, have developed some traditions and cultures as time and years go by. Tell me if there's any kind of rituals or traditions that you guys have that you take part in, either during practice, before games, or during the course of any week.
Before the games, we always invite one of our teammates to come into the circle and we dance and turn up for the game. And then after the game, we always cross off the team that we beat and then change the record.
All right. And how about you? Do you have any personal, like, little rituals or superstitions that you follow?
Usually I don't eat breakfast before games.
Hey, man, whatever works. Whatever works. All right, how many guys we got left? Kareem, you get to pick the next teammate to come up.
I would like to choose Aidan Montgomery to come up. And an interesting fact is that he's the best punter in the state.
Marshall, we have a few minutes left before they got to get back to class, so probably like 5 more minutes. Just want to give you a heads up.
Okay. Yep. How many are left? How many guys are left?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, Aidan. I'm well. How are you?
Fantastic.
How many guys are left?
Plenty.
Yeah, we got too many guys to probably get through, but I can give a little highlight of each before we leave.
All right, let's do that. But Aidan, let's just say hello to you. What's been the highlight of your season here so far?
Probably I got in the Sanford game at the field house. I had like a block at the end, and it was pretty cool. Seeing the crowds go wild and stuff.
All right, that's good, because Sanford's been traditionally a very, very strong program, and have a key block in a win like that is good. All right, Coach, let me Aidan, sorry to cut you short there. I know you do have to get back to class. Sorry about that. Kind of ramble a little bit. There's a lot of guys. So wrap it up for us there, Coach. Tell me a little bit about the rest of your guys who we didn't get a real chance to talk to.
Yeah, so we have a couple of guys here. One, Darion Williams, starting senior center, really key piece for us. He is the heart and soul of our team. Our coaching staff always says he's just, he just gets the job done no matter what. He's always diving on the floor, loose balls, charges. He's that kind of guy. We also have another sophomore. I was going to just say Ethan. Justin Hines, his brother graduated last year, Ethan Hines. He's also a soccer star. We also have our other captain, Will Keegan, here in the back, who plays a key part of just keeping our guys together and motivated, and works his butt off every single day. It is honestly like the epitome of like what we stand for in the program as far as how he conducts himself day in and day out. So.
All right.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Quinn O'Hara, one of the O'Hara brothers. We have two of them. Only one of them made it. Quinn O'Hara, backup point guard back here. Sophomore as well. We have a really good balance of some senior leadership and then a really talented and young sophomore class and filling in the gaps with some juniors as well. So
All right.
these guys are getting antsy. I can stick around. You guys can head out.
Yeah, I can see. Thanks, guys. Good luck to you the rest of your season. We'll follow your progress, see how you do in the state tournament and all. Stay safe and healthy out there.
Sorry about that, Marshall, with the time crunch there. But
No,
they were all
right,
getting
man.
antsy.
No, it's
They
all
wanted
right.
to make the class. I appreciate
Their lessons are more important than talking to me for that period of time. I appreciate the fact that you're able to bring them there. I hope everything's okay at the house. Is everything okay at the house?
It was more of a false alarm than anything. It was like a neighborhood thing. I live in Philly, in the street. It was like a gas leak on the street.
Okay. So what year is this for you at the helm?
This is my fourth year as head coach.
Okay.
And I was an assistant for a year under Coach Haley, Brendan Haley,
Right.
previously.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you, sir. And I appreciate you taking the time to bring your team here. And best of luck to you during the state tournament and beyond.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the time. Really do.
All right. All right. Well, let me say goodbye. Wave goodbye to our regular viewers there, Joey V, my wife, Donnie M, and Tom K, who happens to be a basketball official too. So,
Awesome.
all right, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Take great care. Best of luck. All right. Bunch of good guys there, for sure. I appreciate that they were able to come join us here. Let me just pop up one thing here before I go. Let's see how this works. Here, hang on. Let's see what happens here when I do this. Yes. This broadcast has been brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny show, an interesting show, and one you will remember for quite some time, please visit marshalmanlove.com and look at the videos and all the frequently asked questions about my show. And also, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Delaware, Maryland, or Pennsylvania, I can help you out with that as well. I am licensed in all three of those states, Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. Spring home selling and buying season is starting unofficially around President's Day. MarshallManlove.foxroach.com is where you can find out more information about my real estate dealings. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's it. I'm Marshal Manlove. Now, I'm gone.